Having a room by myself isn't too bad.
Johnny Fluid, at just 18 years old, has come to count on change. The biggest in his life right now, starting college.
Getting to live with someone that you barely know or don't know yet, not entirely new to me.
We first introduced you to Johnny back in April. Duly enrolled in high school and Daytona State College, he was not your typical teen, and certainly not your average homeless kid. Johnny somehow was thriving just as much as surviving. Now he's graduated both programs and experiencing his story as a freshman at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. A big thing for a young man who spent most of his life in flux.
I've transitioned from a lot of different areas. I've transitioned from different families, transitioned between living with different friends, living in different situations, sometimes even just being on myself more general. And just moving into the dorm is just like moving again. It's not that big of a change.
Living on campus, Johnny's got a roommate now after spending summer by himself, getting an early start on his engineering major.
Getting into college is like one of the best things that could have happened.
And now as other students his age settle into similar routines to be more self-reliant, he can settle into becoming one of the rest.
When I was younger, I wasn't thinking about college too much. In my head, it was always like, college is so far away, and that's if I even make it to that point.
Which is understandable, given the odds against children struggling with homelessness. Right now in Florida, there are almost 8,000 unaccompanied youth. These are kids like Johnny when we met him, without family and on their own. Then there are kids with families, but no place to call home.
At first, he was always, "Mama, when is we going home?" I mean, the motel, and it was kind of depressing. That's not how we wanted to raise him.
This is Adrian. He's in second grade. He lives with his dad and aunt and uncle and his grandparents, Alicia and James Swanson. 3 generations who, until just recently, shared one hotel room.
It's very depressing to the point where anxieties would kick in, and if it's stress, causes a lot of problems as far as the families. But me and my family, we had to remain strong in order to get through, but it's hard.
Between stores and restaurants with colorful cartoon-like signs out to catch the eyes of people making their way to Disney World are hotels hosting countless other families, making a home out of just about 300 square feet.
Every hotel all up and down 192 are full of families.
The Swansons moved to Kissimmee from Chicago in the hope of making a better, happier life here, just like so many others.
Once upon a time, we came here on vacation, and we liked it, and we was like, one day we're gonna move there. And so we did. Well, we came here with a plan, come find work, but it didn't work out like that.
They spent more than $1,000 every month for a room at an extended stay hotel, finding themselves in too close quarters and yet struggling still to keep even those 4 walls around them. For the Swansons, living this way made any moment of escape necessary, so long as it didn't cost.
We go to Kissimmee Lakefront, I go fishing. We can be the brokest people on ever. We just walk around Old Town, as long as we all together. We're a little bit more happy, when we together. Keep ourselves together and keep ourselves sane.
After several years living without a kitchen, without privacy, in just the past few weeks, the Swansons have been settling into a new place, now that they believe they can manage a $1,400 a month rental.
More room instead of one little square box. But it's still rough. Like, in a hotel, you don't have to pay bills. Light bill, water bill, none of that. Right. We moved out, like I said, we've been having it rough since we moved out. Like, they just cut our lights off the other day, okay? Because I was off work for a little while. I have gout, and that stops me from working. I can't walk for like weeks at a time. And I'd be so scared to even miss work. When I do catch gout, I go. I barely can walk, but I have to go. Because if I miss any days, I have to pay my rent. And that's not, landlords, they don't want partial, they want it all, so I gotta go.
The Swanson family's world, of course, is centered on Adrian.
We have to make sure that he's taken care of.
Yep, he's our main focus.
The newest numbers from the University of Florida's Schimberg Center for Housing Studies finds almost 96,000 kids in the state are homeless. That number has gone up more than 25,000 in 5 years. The study finds Florida's affordable housing shortage the root cause of student homelessness.
Even though the struggles now is still hard, a lot of times I tell my husband it seems like I don't see how we're going to make it, you know, and we might wind up back into a hotel, but
I'm not trying to.
The Swansons say they're not alone in their work to keep a roof over their heads. They're grateful for the support they've been shown by people at the Community Hope Center in Kissimmee.
They done helped us with food, clothing. They done helped us with everything.
The Community Hope Center brings together social service agencies and its own resources for families who need help. Many of the people they see here every day live in hotels.
But if you drive down 192 on a school day morning, you can watch the buses, one after the other, stopping and picking up kids streaming out of these hotels.
Will Cooper helps run the Community Hope Center. He says it's no mystery the biggest obstacle most working families face is the cost of housing.
Our average client is paying $1,100 a month for a hotel room. That's apartment money. Or a lot of times they don't have the $3,000 they need as a household to pay for deposit, first month's rent, last month's rent, utilities turning on.
Now, Will tells us the center is working to expand in a way that will hopefully close some of the housing gap here in Kissimmee.
This property we stand on, it's about 5.5 acres.
On what was the property of an old church, plans are being finalized to build a new Community Hope Center. Along with a new service center will be 4 5-floor buildings with affordable apartments. It will all be built by the Hope Center, with some volunteered services, but with no government money.
One of the biggest heartbreaks for us is that you look at these hotels and motels and there's just no place for children to run and play and
the
gather.
hope
There's
is the
no
apartments
place.
here will be better homes for families and a place where they can build up rental history. Will says sometimes not having a physical address can hurt the chance of getting one.
When you came here the first time that we talked about our program.
That's why the Hope Center works to clear whatever hurdles it has the means to. Some may seem small, but in reality are big barriers, like getting an ID card.
You've got to have your birth certificate, proof of Social Security, and proof of address. If you've been moving around from hotel to hotel, or if you're out in the streets, like keeping all those paper documents nice and protected is very difficult. Without the piece of plastic that most of us have in our pocket, you can't get a real paying job, you can't rent an apartment, you can't get your prescriptions.
As work continues plotting out all that will be needed here at the site of the future Community Hope Center,
We want this to be a reflection of the community.
families like the Swansons are figuring out how to make it and meet their needs day by day, and for some, hour by hour.
A lot of the jobs, they're still at minimum wage, which is less than $9 an hour. The cost of living seems like it's steady going up. Somewhere we have to be met, like right in the middle somewhere, if we're going to be able to keep up.
You can only get so much help. You have to put forth effort yourself as well, trying to make things happen. It's gonna take a while, but we're gonna get there.